1 bomb, 9 mega. I'm just saying.
I mean,
I want sad bombs. Give me the
sad bombs
ones.
would also be great. You said
Oh,
Isaac.
we get to grill him now?
Right.
Yeah,
yes,
Isaac.
we get to grill him. Cobalt, how's Star Wars Battlefront? Can you talk about it? Are you under NDA?
Oh no, it's closed beta. Everybody's streaming it though.
Yeah, I saw that actually.
Yep. Hey, thanks Molokino for the 8
NDA.
months. It's you know, I don't really play shooters too much, so I'm not the best at shooters. But that being said, it's a hell of a lot of fun.
Does it look as good as it looked in the previews? Like, does it look like it runs at like 90 FPS?
The graphics were really smooth. I only crashed one time when I was trying to test stream it last night. I think I played for a couple of hours. Yeah, I wasn't having any lag issues. Then again, it's closed beta, and I only think there's a couple of hundred people on the server. So, and it was late at night. So, I'm looking forward to testing it some more today. But so far, so good. That was not a
When
nice
we had
room.
played it or talked about it on Roundtable one time, we were talking about that the target footage looked just like ridiculous, like photorealistic, in a way that is like impossible.
They look like actors, like actually playing it. But I hope this isn't like one of those moments where we say
We
that,
realized how out of touch we were.
or then we like 10 years later we watch the footage and we're like, this looks like shit. Like we were talking about, like when we looked up screenshots of PS2 launch games, and we're like, "This? How did we ever think that this looked at all good?"
Yeah, revolutionary, man.
It's just hot ass garbage. But
Yeah, I even think about that with like PlayStation and Super Nintendo games sometimes. I'm like, I grew up on this. What happened?
I feel like the SNES is kind of still good because it was like
Timeless.
the height of pixel graphics.
Yeah, it's got an art style to pixels. Like
It
3D
depends
rendered
on what
stuff,
game we're talking
it's
about.
Muddy. Yeah, that's true.
That is very true. Yeah, those early like 3D games look like hot ass garbage most of the time. Not all of them. Like when I think back to like the original PlayStation launch, like oh no, that's PS2. Never mind. Disregard.
There's those like PSP launch games, stuff like the Mighty Number 9 looks like straight garbage.
Mighty Number 9?
Mighty Number 9 is fun. I got to play it a little bit.
That was
Number
just a
9.
joke. That was a joke.
It's not even out yet. I don't even get the joke.
The graphics look like PSP. All right, moving on.
I don't even understand what just happened there.
I don't either,
We're burning
but I like the
bridges,
dash
man.
mechanic. I like the dash mechanic.
I haven't touched it yet. I also have not been following the saga of its you know,
Rise
development
fall.
and other various
Hopefully it's just
controversies. So I have no real bias against
Yeah,
it, I guess.
I should know my audience better before I make jokes like that.
Speaking of platformers, though, the Mega Man collection on Steam, I picked that up, and it's amazing to me how poorly a game can run on a PC.
No. I'd like to apologize to our sponsors at Capcom for Cobalt's comments.
The problem is, it probably runs like that on the Nintendo as well.
Yeah,
but
it does. It's emulated
Yeah.
too well. They almost needed to fix some things about it to make it more usable now.
Thank you, Tanana Man, for the subscription.
Thank you, the
Much
third.
appreciated.
And don't forget Harzapan, of course, who subscribed earlier. Thank you.
I did temporarily forget that, so I appreciate the
I want to make sure you didn't.
Well, now I have remembered it.
Okay, good.
Much like everybody in the world has just remembered Mighty Number 9 as a result of your joke.
Yep, it's I pre-ordered it on Steam actually. Boy in a suitcase, thanks for the 5 months.
When does that actually come out, or is that the problem?
I don't think it has a date yet. Q1 or something. Q4. I don't know.
I think you were right. I think that's partially the problem.
It is? Okay.
I played
Disregard, then.
a few levels and it seemed pretty well made when I played it. Yeah, I just don't know when they're gonna go ahead and launch that. Well, there goes my devil deal.
I'm a little skeptical that I'm gonna get my own as well. Cobalt, I have to know. Do you know how many hours you have in Rebirth on Steam?
1,500 almost.
What?
Yeah, I've averaged 4.5 hours a day since it came out playing it.
Holy Christ.
That's incredible.
I thought, I knew you would be ahead of me, but I thought you might be at like...
That's like 4 times what I have.
And I don't just leave my game open either, because that's cheating.
Thought maybe 1,200 or something like that. That is Because I'm at nearly 900,
Well,
and I
once you
average-
cross the 1,000 threshold, does it matter if it's 12 or 15?
I had
really?
3,500 on the
300
first
hours,
Isaac,
dog.
guys, so...
That's 10. That's like a day of Isaac. No, I mean, obviously, I know that you play it for work
Yeah.
and also for pleasure, but that's a day of Isaac every week for a whole year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's consistency. Sometimes I think about that because I'd ran my own numbers and it was like, I'm still alive. 1 second. There was a really okay. I lost my deal with the devil.
Yep. Was it the same room with the Chargers?
Yes.
Yep.
I believe. Actually, it might have been Mullabooms, but
Yeah, the Mullabooms. That's the
same principle. Yeah.
Those were. That's what I meant.
I was like, man, I can't find time in the day to like. Well, let's be honest. Can't find the motivation in the day to like reliably exercise, but I can put 3.5 hours a day into Rebirth, no problem, without even noticing.
Yep. Thanks to the resub Silicon. Oh, is this an XL? No. Wait,
It's just
didn't
a really
Ooh,
long.
burnt penny.
I found something else to roll back here, though. I don't remember what it was.
Doesn't make me very excited about the item room that I'm just coming across right now.
I'm not touching any of that crap right now.
Oh, okay.
Either of you guys play one of the ports of Super Meat Boy that came out yesterday?
No.
Pretty solid.
I have not.
Yeah,
I
played
watched.
really well.
I watched
I
Casper
buy it.
play it. Thank you, Fermi, for the
Okay.
10 months in a row. And
Pretty much works
369.
exactly the same as the PC version did, which
Well,
is
that
great.
is a
great.
revelation.
Well, the best version of the PC version, I should say. And in fact, some of the issues of transparency and stuff I noticed were not present on the PSP, or rather Vita version. So, yeah, it might even be the optimal version. The only thing being that, you know, different soundtrack, if you care about that.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, the soundtrack is my only issue there.
Yeah, I wasn't as big of a fan of it as the original, but it's not awful.
Well, that's exactly what we always say when Danny B gets replaced.
I don't know. I like the soundtrack to Afterbirth, or sorry, to Rebirth. I don't have Afterbirth.
I like it too, but I couldn't listen to it as long as I did for the original soundtrack when I was playing through. I probably was like 100 hours in, whereas I got 1,000 in the first game before I was like, all right, let's start looking for some different music here.
Oh, I don't even notice anymore.
I have to have
Being accused
some other
of
kind of
being a
music.
hater, I don't think I'm just hating. I think I was looking at it as objectively as possible, and I think there were some kind of annoying rifts that happened in it. Specifically the Forest Zone. The rest were, like, pretty fine. Like, the Salt Factory and Hospital were, like, pretty good, actually. Hell was maybe a little overwrought, and Rapture just had a little too much operatic singing for my taste.
For me, I just
all
can't.
subjective.
I don't know. I feel like no motivation to play a new version of Super Meat Boy.
I don't either.
Right, I would play
If
like
there's
a
bonus levels maybe or something, or...
Right.
Like a Super Meat Boy 2, I would totally play. But like playing Super Meat Boy again 5 years after the first time I played it, and having played it across, you know, multiple years,
Yeah, multiple
getting all the
platforms.
advantages on multiple platforms, I'm just like, it's a great game, don't get me wrong, but I cannot. I don't
worn it
I don't
out.
wanna get
Well,
it
I mean, I
yourself.
beat it in 20 minutes, so
Right,
it wasn't
yeah.
a big deal for me.
Like if I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna play it on. I'm gonna play the version I already have on PC. It's cool that it's out on more platforms though. Steve, thank you for the subscription as well.
Yep.
It also cost me nothing. I mean, I'm on PS Plus, so
Right,
it was
yeah.
just like, go download it and play it once. I mostly just wanted to hear what the new soundtrack sounded like. And to see if it performed well. And they didn't change the engine at all. Like, there's still the same little weird invisible blocks and stuff. I can still do pause glitch, which is really awkward on the Vita, but try it, it actually works. I did a brownie skip and everything. So yeah, it's a solid version of the game. And it works. The controls are even tight, which you wouldn't think they could pull off on Vita with such a small screen, but it works fine.
I also feel
sucks.
like, yeah, I feel like maybe unlike probably you, I also don't really put much value in having like the definitive version. Like for me, I'm like PC version's good enough. If it crashes, I'll just play something else.
So have you guys heard the new skinny on the donation machines?
Yeah, I saw a little of it, but I don't know the specifics of it. But why don't you illuminate us, Mr. Indiana Jones here?
Well, oh man. I hope it's Temple of Doom, but I guess basically if you donate a certain amount or a good amount during the game, you get luck up, apparently.
Oh.
So it's pretty interesting. That was about it.
It still will break though, right? So like,
Yeah.
how can you guarantee that?
I don't know.
You can't.
I don't know what the size value is on that, but people have been
So if you're
noticing their
lucky
luck
enough-
goes up.
If you're lucky enough to donate, you get luck.
Yes.
That's sort of circular.
Take that, you fucking data miners. Didn't find that shit, did you? Until like maybe yesterday.
A year later.
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Did you guys find a knife?
Not yet, but I saw someone in chat say, I got a knife on this run.
Yeah, it was in a weird place. I don't know if you guys are gonna get it.
It's in a weird place.
Yeah.
Did you go like between the walls somehow? That's
Buried.
like a thing you would do.
It's very deep.
Like a crawl space.
No.
Oh.
Like out of bounds, maybe?
I wasn't
don't know,
actually-
down through the walls and stuff.
Trying to give you clues like Scooby-Doo or anything. Like,
It's really deep.
it's deep and dark, and you can hear yourself echo. Like,
Oh,
In the caves.
actually, no, it wasn't.
What the hell, man?
It was way earlier.
Corey found it on freaking Basement 1 somehow.
I don't know if you would have
10
taken it. Anyway,
10
so.
coins gives you an increased angel rune chance.
Ugh. Never donating again.
What?
That sounds terrible.
That breaks the meta like crazy.
I got the D6 on
real?
this run. Hilarious. I get it. Because we're Isaac.
Yeah, well, we played enough Isaac that we get the D6 on his runs, yeah. That's true.
It took me forever to unlock it, man.
It's a tough one, but...
I actually don't remember it. How do you unlock the D6? You
Blue
like
baby to Isaac.
beat the game with Blue Baby, okay. Alright.
Thank you very much, Kazio, for the 10 months in a row. Welcome back. Was also asked if Super Meat Boy on console has a level editor. It does not. And also, the level editor is sort of just not really supported anymore.
I normally don't like the style of humor of just taking a funny tweet that I saw and repeating it on the show. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because I really like this one.
Okay.
It's like, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 now comes with a level editor retitled as, well, you fucking do better then. I was like, that's pretty clever. I like that.
We were just doing that joke about Mario Maker, though.
Were we?
No, I mean, I was.
Oh.
I don't think it really,
Royal we.
it doesn't really hold up as
The
well for
Wii.
Mario, because it's kind of like a better franchise. But, you know.
That is technically true. I think you're probably not saying something controversial by saying Mario is a more storied franchise than Tony Hawk's Pro Skater at this point.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. I haven't played a Tony Hawk game since I was like 12.
That was the best year to do it, though.
Oh,
This
well.
is the story that will illustrate the... Like, you will know exactly what I was at 14 years old when I tell you this story. I won the youth division of a local chess tournament. My prize money was $60, and I immediately flipped that into Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4
Ooh,
for the
big
PlayStation 2.
moves.
Yeah, and then I played that for probably like 200 or 300 hours. So it's like a really good time investment.
$60. Oh my gosh. You try to pass
Nice.
some of those games off as $60 nowadays. People would like laugh in your face.
I'm gonna blow your mind. New games, AAA games in Canada now are $80 a pop.
What are you, Australia?
It's become Australia because the Canadian dollar is so shitty now. So yeah, it's $80 a game now. It was 50 or 60 this time last year.
That's pretty rough.
Yeah, it's
What
been
the Leroy?
deflation or, you know, inflation, some kind of inflation.
You just stop playing video games. Too expensive.
Well, luckily, you know, I get paid in US dollars, so
Oh, that is helpful.
We also play a lot of indie games, which don't cost as much, thankfully.
And they send us to they send it to us for free. So I'm not gonna try to act like you know, it's that much of a tax on me. But we did buy Rock Band 4 last night, and I was like, whoa!
Oh, I want it
That
so
actually-
much.
That's
What
the
was that,
price.
like $800?
We bought that, and I bought Cade Disgaea 5 for PS4, which just came out apparently. And the guy was like, "All right, your total is like $400." I'm like, what?
God damn.
Hey, thanks Dragon Blast for the sub. Appreciate that,
Well,
man.
Dragon Blast.
We paid like, or we played like 3 hours of Rock Band 4 last night, so we've almost gotten our money's worth, I think.
Alright.
Is Rock Band 4 worth the $330 asking price or whatever for the band?
You got the whole shebang?
Yeah, that's all of the instruments except for a second guitar.
Uh-huh.
You went in deep.
See, I would have gone just for 2 guitars.
Tegan and Sarah.
Yeah, well, that's what we were talking on the roundtable yesterday, or on the podcast, not the podcast, but the D6. It was like, do you want to get Rock Band 4? And I was like, we probably won't get it. And then, like, right after the stream, Kate was like, well, I reserved it. And I was like, all right, I mean, now we've got inertia.
I guess we're getting it. Papa John loves you.
And you know what? I've had a good time with it so far. There's some stuff I don't like about Rock Band 4 right now. Like, the set list is still kind of shitty, but there's some stuff that I've had a fun time playing, even though I don't think it's necessarily like.
Yeah, you get to spend a shitload of money now and download all the songs. Now that you spent $300, get all the extra stuff.
We did throw like another $20 at DLC, but some of the DLC wouldn't download, and it scares me because I was like, oh fuck yeah, Red Barchetta by Rush, oh Spirit of the Radio by Rush, oh freaking Tom Sawyer by Rush. We got
Rush.
that. Yeah,
I have that already on my shiz.
I unfortunately we got it on PS4, and I don't even know how to recover like my old gamer tag.
Yeah.
But, it was just like content not found, and I was like, oh no. Well, you charged me for it, so I hope that one day that content gets found.
You know, there's only one game that I never went and picked up that I pre-ordered, and that was Duke Nukem.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. I got really excited for it, and then I just heard all the bad stuff about it and was like, I'm not even gonna go. I'm too sad.
It's not as bad as they say it is.
I think it is.
It's just like a really straightforward, kind of bland modern shooter, that's all. It's got a little shitty humor, too. I mean, literally shitty. Like, the first moment you pick up a turd out of a urinal and throw it at a wall.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's for real.
That's a real thing, huh?
Yeah, that's a real thing. You'll see that right away. Thank you, God Mode Enable, for the 11 months, and also Dragon Blast 21. Classic Dragon Blast. Thanks.
I will say, the DLC is cheaper now. Each song, at least in Canada, is $1.99 Canadian, and they used to be $2.50, I think, so. And that's when our dollar actually had some purchasing power, so it's like really cheap now. But, you know, it would be nice if they actually downloaded it as well. Because, you know, we played Still Alive. That was cool.
I love all the Metallica songs.
We got to play Bring Me to Life by Evanescence, but...
Oh, boy.
Can't wake up!
Yeah, that was pretty much the whole reason we bought that.
Did you have Kate on the mic doing Can't Wake Up in the background?
She was doing Can't Wake Up in the foreground. I was ripping it up on guitar.
Nice.
Oh man, somebody got the full set of Blastoises out in chat with the He-Man logo, or the wig on it.
Good.
We also, of course, we played Four Non-Blondes What's Up like 15 times.
Joker card.
So do you think you're going to be done with Rock Band now that you've played it the one night?
Nah. It's,
I love Rock Band.
It's fun.
Kidding, but...
Well, I don't know.
I'm glad they brought a new one out.
Your question with a joke, then I don't know how to handle that. No, we're gonna. Well, I'm gonna keep playing a little bit. It's been nice to get back into it on drums. Got to make sure we don't annoy our neighbors, though.
I broke both my drum sets that I bought.
We have also done that. Not with Rock Band 4 yet, but like, yeah. I'm waiting for the day when the drums break.
Either it's gonna be the sticks or the actual drum.
By the end of
the pads.
By the end, yeah, that's the worst. Like the electric, like sensors on the pads going. You're just like, well, that's it. That's the end of my Rock Band days. But I remember, like, by the time we finished our, you know, Rock Band careers in college, like duct taped fucking bass pedal and stuff like that, and you know, one of the guitars didn't quite slot into, like the two pieces didn't slot together properly, so it'd always come apart and like pinch your fingers when you tried to fix it, and microphones duct taped to the ceiling because we didn't have any mic stands. It was pretty indie, if I'm being honest. Oh, this run just got a lot better.
I'm like all sorts of stuff going on here.
Yeah.
Wow. I just found Proptosis. And I got Guppy.
This run is like really good.
Yeah.
Dark Thumb, Fear Shot, and like a shitload of familiars.
You took the Fear Shot, huh?
Yeah, I just went in deep. I also did a reroll, which I think is what got it for me.
I rolled the fear shot into a pentagram.
Why would I do that? That was not. Yeah, I also rolled that into something that is good. I am now like Dark Judas with Tiny Planet, Death's Touch.
Oh yeah, I just got the knife and I'm guppy. I got the Death's Touch though. I didn't get the Tiny Planet.
Yeah, I picked that up earlier. Probably, I guess, because you got the knife. It augmented your.
I rolled Tammy's head into a knife.
Rainbow baby.
Oh, on the second
as well. Oh, double mapping. All right, we'll take the treasure map and the compass. Why not?
Man, I'm not a fan of the fact that this game looks kind of framey right now. OpenGL rendering still giving me some problems.
How's Green Man doing?
There's no Green Man anymore. Just blue screens. Is that?
Oh, that's like maybe worse.
That's your new PC doing that?
Yeah. So we continue the saga. Oh, that's real good. We RMA'd our GPU, and then we installed it, and it worked fine on Monday's stream. And we're like, the problem solved. And then I try to record some Isaac like 10 minutes after the stream ends, and it's like, nope, same problem. Then we tested everything, PCI slots, and you know, well, maybe it's using too much of the power supply, so we plugged in like the auxiliary plug on the power supply, and blah blah blah. Like we tested again with Rumble Muffin to give it some sense of legitimacy.
Yeah.
For like maybe 4 or 5 hours, and then we put in the old GPU, and it just worked fine. And then we're like, okay, well at least I can work like this. And then I tried to record Isaac yesterday. Like 20 minutes into my first run, the computer just blue screens, and I'm like, oh, come on. So now, it's got to be unrelated to the GPU. Could be a driver issue. Could be an issue with the BIOS, as many people are telling me now. Could be motherboard compatibility. I don't know.
It's like a never-ending nightmare.
Sounds like pain.
Yeah, I'm
trying to get away. It just keeps getting worse.
Huge fan of computers right now. This is what, you know, in a way, I almost want to be like, this is what you get. You were mad that, you know, it caused a little bit of slowdown when I got a Skype message. How do you like this shit? Mr. Green Man shows up now.
Well, you're going to get a new computer either way.
I mean, yeah, but I don't disagree with that, but I'm, you know, in the position right now of being petty and have no tolerance for people who are like, don't be petty.
I like to have them just made for me.
Keep it simple. I mean, that's what we did, but we didn't have a professional do it.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, come in the case, ready to go.
Yes, that's what it's...
Yeah, come in the case.
I built my own before, and I had, like, some really quirky problems. Not similar to what you have. Like, mine... I would start my computer up, and this is still the case in the computer in the other room, and half the time the monitors don't come on at all.
Oh, wow.
And I have to keep restarting it until finally the computer talks to the monitors. So...
I mean, I'm not mad at the guy who chose the parts. He's a friend of ours. Oh no, XL floor. But there's always like a moment where he's like, well, I could have gone with a thing that I knew would have worked for you, but I wanted to take it like to the next level. And then I'm like, man, there's like a coin flip on whether that next level is going to be an enormous headache that is not worth the cost of doing business here. Like when he set up Kate's computer, and I really, again, am thankful that he did. He was like, well, you got like such good cooling in here, you can overclock it. And he overclocked it on the BIOS, and then it would blue screen whenever she recorded anything for like a week. And then eventually I was like, hey, in your BIOS settings, it says you're like overclocking. And as soon as we turned that off, it just worked fine. And he was like, well, it should have been able to handle it. I'm like, I know, but it's our own fault for not telling him that we value stability, I guess, over everything else so we can actually like work.
It's also not exactly normal to record for everybody. That's the other thing.
But, I mean...
You need to reset the CMOS, revert the BIOS to default settings, reseat the RAM/change slots, and perform the enum swap. That's a hardcore check-all, lol. I'm on it!
I'll do that at some point.
Yeah, just do all of those.
It's been a rough week, because I've had the computer issues, I haven't had much of a backlog, and then also I'm going to San Francisco tomorrow to do a game preview, and I was like, well, maybe I'll like spend the night there, and then I'll turn it into like a day trip. But then as soon as the computer issues happen, I'm like, I need to come back that night. So I'm like, tomorrow morning I got an early flight, San Francisco, play a game, get some footage, hop on the plane, come back, so I can actually get some more work done. It is, it's a little ridiculous, but...
Well, we're not gonna, like, stop watching your channel if you skip a day, though.
That's...
I feel like you're beating yourself up so hard over it. It's not... You can't help it.
Hey, sometimes...
It's my job!
You know?
Yeah, I feel for you. I hate missing any days off work.
Yeah, man. Like, I keep days off for when I'm actually, like, ill or away, you know? I don't want to... A preventable issue like this.
I'm in a similar situation going to California, not next week in like 5 days for a game preview.
4 or 5 days or in 5 days?
In 5 days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be actually like they're flying me in the morning, and then I guess the next day I'm seeing it, and then I'm flying out the next morning. So it's mostly traveling, but I get to see a game that's not out.
It's a little further for you, right? Like, for me,
yeah.
it's only an hour and a half, hour and 45-minute flight, so...
7 hours of traveling.
Fuck!
Yeah, back and forth.
Oh, that's nasty.
And I'm sure, I mean, they're like paying for it and everything, but I'm sure it's like, you know, economy. You're gonna be...
probably, yeah.
Scrunch legs.
If they're sending you first class, I want to get in touch with whoever you got negotiating.
I don't need first class, but you know those business seats are kind of nice with a little extra leg room. My feet just go numb if I can't move them around a little bit underneath me.
Fair.
And numb feet are not good.
Chat, I'm not gonna do the D4 because I have Tiny Planet Death's Touch, which is already hilariously fun. So I'm gonna stick with this. We actually... Oh, no, we didn't get Mr. Mega. That's my mistake.
No, Mr. Mega.
Yeah, I got Pyro, though.
Everybody's going on vacation, Nick, Cobalt, and NL. Yeah, but they're only gone for, like, a day.
I'm not on vacation.
It's definitely not vacation.
I'm going to the airport at, like, 7 a.m. I'm going to be like, get me on this fucking plane. And I'm going to have, like, 2 hours of playing a video game, and I'm going to drive to the airport. And I'm going to
like
have...
anti-vacation.
I'm going to have as many airport beers in the time before boarding as I possibly can, and that's going to be my vacation.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try to get you guys swag. I'm just gonna try to get shit to give away and be like, yo, throw me some codes. And that way it makes it all worth for my channel, because I get to go check out a game and I bring back, you know, Christmas goodies.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I'm done with